Rookie Mistakes Podcast. I'm just going to go strictly over the playoff matchups, get into them, and tell you what to look forward to and who's still going. Our first matchup will be I always want to say the name, my bad. Bend Over and Take It versus Lot Lizard. Chad won this matchup in Week 15, 149.96 points to 102.84. Massacre. Good win, Chad. Sitting in the second spot in the league side of that bracket. Whatever. We all kind of know what the bracket typically looks like, but great start with Joe Flacco. 16.86 points, not great, but you're making do with what you can get, and that was a pretty good pickup. Alvin Kamara with 16, Joe Mixon 15, St. Brown 24, Lamb 18, James Cook 36.1, way to get it. And that's what you kind of like to see in playoffs. Just about every guy put up really good numbers. Even on your bench, you had Noah Brown with 22 and Sutton with 12. Great week. You had C.J. Stroud out. That is why he had to go the Joe Flacco route, and it worked out for you. You didn't need him because Stewie over here, he didn't. His team kind of shit the bed, but it is what it is. It happens. Happened to me as well, so I have no room to talk. He had Lamar Jackson with 18.54, Chuba Hubbard 12, Deontay Johnson 16, Isaiah Likely 18. What a freaking tight end this year. After Mark Andrews came down, I didn't expect what we're seeing out of him. Turning it up. You had Jordan Love with 17.46 on your bench. CEH with 20. Sheesh. 4 for 4 on receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown. Nice. That was that matchup. And this is who the winner of this was going to play Chad. This is the next matchup on the week. It was Fuck Around, Find Out. Brandon getting the win over his brother. The brother on brother. That don't sound right. Blake, Duke Squad. Taking the loss this week. Brandon's team, 134.22 versus 127.56. Brandon's team looks like this. Jalen Hurts, way to stick it out. Ballsy move. Not knowing at the very last matchup of the week if he was going to play or not, and you stuck by it. 21.92 for him. Rashad White, man, he's like the number 3 running back on the season, or 4. He is just having a year. 21.9. Jalen Waddle without my Tyreek, which really sucked. Really not happy about. He had 28.2. TJ Hawkinson, 12. James Conner, 17.9. On your bench, you had Baker Mayfield with 29. Jerry Jeudy with 10. All around good week. You beat your brother by 7. I bet that's going to suck if I scroll and look at the rookie potential rookie of the week mistake. So, Duke Squad, Blake had CMC. When I seen he went off for as much as he did, 41 points on the week, I thought you had this wrapped. You had Zach Moss with 12. What hurt you was Hollywood, was the stinker of a 0. That's definitely going to come back to bite you when I find out who's on your bench. Schultz 9, ETN 9. Jason Sanders with 12. The Dolphins defense with 26. My gosh. Jake Browning with 18 on your bench. Had you start... Yeah, look at your bench, my guy. Had you started any of these 3 guys, you win the week. So I'm sorry, Blake, but I do believe I'm going to have to give you Rookie of the Mistakes. Rookie of all mistakes, when it all really mattered, of the week. Changed it like that. Did it just for you, Blakey. You had Keaton Mitchell, 10.8. He did go out and is on IR, but he would have got you the dub over Hollywood. The Rams, Robinson. Is it DeMarcus Robinson? I'm just going to have to look at it because it's going to, yeah, DeMarcus. DeMarcus Robinson with 14.7 and Chris Godwin with 25.5. My guy. What a week. That does suck. Had you played any of those three, you get the dub this week. So now our next week's matchup is Chad versus Brandon. That is a very, very good matchup. Wouldn't you know it, the top 4 teams made it to the second round. And so that being said, Austin versus Aaron Pitts this week. This matchup, yeah, I got murdered. I got murdered worse than I got a baby crying if you can't hear that. Sheesh. Stewie, I got beat bad. AP 15, Aaron, getting the dub this week, 144.96 versus 101 by yours truly. Didn't help that I had several guys go out. Several guys just put up a stinker. I really thought I was making some really good decisions going to start the week. And it went downhill very fast, very quickly. You had Jahmyr Gibbs with 24. Jacoby Myers, 15. Sam Laporta, 28. Rashee Rice. I always want to say Rashad. Rashee Rice, 24. Michael Pittman, 11. That's going to hurt you. And hopefully he's not out past this week. Colts defense, 15. Russell Wilson on your bench with 17. Man, Terry McLaurin, 26 on your bench. JSN, 14. And here's my team of a shit show. I had Kyler Murray with 13. Zamir White. I thought that was an incredible start by me. It was a bit ballsy, but I had, I kind of did it just in case I lost some guys, which I did, but more than I really anticipated. So Zamir White with 17.5, Jamar Chase 10, David Njoku. The tight ends this year, man, some of them were just clutch. Like Sam Laporta, rookie. He's got to be one of the best rookie tight ends ever. I mean, he's got to be up there. David Njoku with 26. Justin Tucker with 12. And that was about it. I had nothing I could have done different. My Ravens defense. But, yeah, I had Tyreek out. Rondre. Nobody cares. I'm out. So, deservingly so. Because I made a dumb, massive trade with Chad. And as you can tell, it definitely went his way in the end. But that's fine. That's fair. That's how it goes. It's what we do. And I probably had that coming, I had that coming. That's what you get when you trade too many times. You start to realize maybe you shouldn't have done one. But, hey, man, I'm happy for Chad. I don't think Chad's won the league yet. I don't believe. But he's got a strong case for it this year. He's got a pretty well-built team right now. Rooting for Chad, I'll be honest. Actually, I'm rooting for all of you. I mean, Chris, Aaron, Austin's the toughie. We're gonna see what happens there because he's overstacked his team. I mean, he let go of a lot of his bench. He's had a lot of good pickups too along the way. So I can't hate a playa, man. Can't hate on you. Made a lot of smooth moves, even off the waiver. You had 157 this week. Austin the Goods versus Chris G90, 141. A 16-point win. I thought it was going to be a little closer than that, but that last game of the week was a dookie of a game. You had Patrick Mahomes, 15. Aaron Jones, 10. Kyren Williams has to be, wow. I mean, he's a freaking stud in that offense. 24.5. Devontae Adams, 24. Trey McBride, 20. He's got to be a freaking tight end that's talked about next year. At least we have tight ends, starting to come up and be like the main target outside of just Travis Kelce. And it used to be Mark Andrews, but even that kind of seemed to die down this year. So I'm kind of excited to see some of these youngsters come in and take over the tight end role. You know, we don't have just a complete drop-off. Because I'm going to be honest, I mean, between Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, I'd almost throw in Kincaid. I mean, he's not had a consistent year this year. But, you know, some of these guys that have the potential to come in and just start being a freaking workhorse in their offenses. There's a couple more this year, you know, that's kind of been added in. And Kittle coming back around. He's had some really great weeks to, you know, offset the bad ones. But, yeah, I mean, things are looking up. You know, I think this year's probably the first year I've seen multiple times where people have played 2 tight ends. You know, I mean, they're in a bad situation, of course, and you typically wouldn't do it, but it's benefited some people sometimes. So it's definitely changing everything. You also had, I'm sorry for the tangent running on, but Amari Cooper 20, Jake Moody 10, the Saints defense 14. On your bench, Jerick McKinnon 16, T. Higgins 22. Good week, man. Here's Chris G 90. Chris's team, Josh Allen 16, Raheem Mostert 18.3, Deebo Samuel 21, Devontae Smith 10, Cooper Kupp 25, Harrison Butker 10, 49ers defense 15. On your bench, you didn't really have nothing. But man, did you have a week still. Just sucks, you know, that matchup. I don't know why I was thinking Chris was in the next round of the playoffs. So right now we're looking at round 2, week 16, looking like Austin versus Aaron. Right now the prediction is like a 34 point difference there in favor of Austin. You've Chad, Superman. It's not Superman. I don't know why. Been over and take it, 128.55. Going up against Brandon with 135.68 points projected. But yeah, the 1 versus 4, 2v3. Going to the championship. We're going to see what happens. Pumped to see what happens. You know, that it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm rooting for all you guys. I'm out. And I'd just like to see how it goes. That'd be cool. As far as matchups, I mean, that's over with. Overlooked everything. And again, I still need to go in and start writing up a questionnaire for everybody. And I have the next few days off, so I'll probably have time to do that. And I'll go in and try to look at, you know, differences we want to make. If you're seeing this and you're listening, just maybe shoot me a text if there's something that you've heard somebody else or yourself just kind of want to change or would like to see if enough people would want to change, because I'm all for it. I'm all down for. I don't like making major changes or multiple changes as often. I mean, few per year as I can, because it's kind of hard for new players, which we have a couple of newer players that you just don't want to change too much, because it kind of drives them out and then they don't find it fun anymore. And I don't want to do that. I want to kind of keep it the same, but a little different. I mean, if there's absolutely something that just you're considering leaving because you don't like our specific rule or something, you know, I'd like to change it if possible, if enough people would want it. So appreciate you guys sticking in and staying around, and I'm really hoping for another great week. I mean, this week of watching football sucked because all the games felt like they just sucked, all of them, besides like 4 teams this last week. Were pretty much duds. It was freaking ridiculous, you know. If you had a Lions player or a Raiders player, I mean, most of the Miami players outside of Tua and a couple others, I mean, yeah, those 3 teams. I mean, obviously there's a couple more, but sheesh. Let's hope for better football, man. I just want better football. And I will see you guys next week. See ya.